What's going on, culés? This is your boy Pedro here, and trust me, you are not going to believe the firework exploding out of Barcelona today. We're just a few hours into this transfer window, and it's already an absolute roller coaster. So forget about the rumors now. We got concrete developments, what is shaking up the squad, defining our future. So, from the unexpected twist of Pablo Torres' destination to the official news of Ansu Fati's exit. This is an update you cannot afford to miss. So, let's go. Let's get right into it. Okay, cool. Let's start with Pablo Torres, whose departure is heating up. And everything seems like Mallorca was poised to secure him from a purchase of a 50% of his right, around 4.5 million. But now the interest of two major Champions League teams, Ajax and Olympique de Marseille, could completely change the plans. Pablo Torre has asked for a few days to reflect, although his primary options continue to be Mallorca, as their coach has personally vouched for him, making it clear that he is a key player for his project. Pablo Torre spoke with Barcelona at the end of the season, and the club informed him that they will not offer him a renewal, despite his contract expiring in 2026. The club's idea from the start was to put him on the market to secure a transfer of his rights or a percentage of them with a possibly buyback option. This is a formula that Barcelona has been doing for a few years. Mallorca was the first option, and Osasuna also showed interest, but the team since then sees him as the star signing of the season and plans to give him a significant role in the starting 11 for Mallorca. Pablo liked the project and the destination, so progress was made on the transfer agreement that was practically closed last weekend. But the players waiting for the players' final decision. While Pablo Torres still prioritized Mallorca, the emerging of two Champions League clubs has made him hesitate. The operation will be more financially interesting for Barca if he goes abroad, although they're giving the player total freedom to choose. What Mallorca has made it clear is that they do not intend to raise the offer, sticking to the agreement they reached with Barca a few days ago. They have made their maximum offer. So Ajax have shown interest in Ansu Fati last January, and there's an excellent relationship between the club. Has Olympique de Marseille option, however, is currently the least attractive option for the players, and all parties have taken a few days to consider. But his exit is suspected to be finalized this week. Now, for the other significant departure that has been already official is the one of Ansu Fati, who is heading to Monaco. And perhaps if everything works out, he might not return to Barcelona. The club was a major choice for both the player and his agent due to their style of play, the project financial capacity, and the quality of life. I mean, listen, I would love to live in Monaco and play for them too. Ansu Fati gave the okay to the move after this season, fully convinced he knew he wasn't wanted in the club and did not want to continue in Barca if he was not going to play. Ansu Fati is leaving Barcelona feeling upset, particularly his close circle, who believe the club has not treated him well. Last summer, Hansi Flick told him that he will count on him in given minutes, only for the door to open very late in the January market. He didn't like the coach publicly criticizing his work in training, and they insist he's physically ready to play. The sport management role has not also been appreciated. They felt poorly treated and always had the sense that Barca prioritized his permanent departure. The situation has caused wounds, and the player simply wants to prove them wrong and regain his best form. Ansu Fati never caused problems with Barcelona regarding his exit. He already went to Brighton when Xavi Hernandez told him that they will not count on him, and now he's particularly the first one to resolve this future. The player has always asked for an opportunity but hasn't quite come through. It has not happened. He doesn't want to prolong the situation for his own good and the team's. In fact, he has a very personal friendship with many first team players and who support him through the season and his sporting ordeal, so they hope that he can return. The player has agreed to sign a future with Monaco in the case that it could exercise his purchase option, knowing that this can boost his career. They are convinced that the Monaco will be a springboard for him and his competitiveness, and there will be some time to settle the score if the forward regains his best form. He's definitely young and has a ton of time. Ansu Fati's entourage even suggested that rescinding his contract if they did not want him. But finally, things have settled and a favorable agreement has been reached for all parties. Barcelona will save around $8 million on his salary, something that wasn't possible with Brighton. Barcelona's Ansu Fati signed an extension with Barcelona until June 30th, 2028. So if he returns next summer, a definite decision has to be made. Another very interesting topic now that we are in the summer transfer market is the situation that Barcelona find itself, exceeding the financial fair play limits and currently have the hands tied to when it comes to registering new players' contracts, like registering players or renewals, like in the signing of Joan Garcia with Nico Williams in the waiting line. The sporting director job is not easy at all. So Deco has every operation must be scrutinized in detail, requiring extremely clarity in all levels regarding both exit, arrivals, and even, like I said, some renewals. Since Deco took charge of the club sporting structure, he has been somewhat constrained by the numbers. However, in an interview with the BBC in early June, he already stated that after renewals, we will make 2, 3, or 4 signings. It was a bold statement at the time, but Barca is right on track, and this is just the beginning. So far, we secured Fermin's renewal in October of 2024, while in January 2025, we closed the renewal of Araujo, Pedri, and Gavi. In February, Cubarsí signed, and in March, Inigo Martinez follow. In May, we have the best signing so far, re-signing so far, in the addition of Hansi Flick, Rafinha, and Lamine Yamal. Robert Lewandowski's situation can be considered a renewal as his contract was already for 4 seasons. Some case scenarios like Chesney and Koundé are well on track, just waiting for everything to finalize align financially. On other front, besides the raising fund for the departure of player who has finished the stage of Barca Athletic and have no place on the team, Deco has been able to disassociate Barca from Clement Lenglet's contract in a move to Atletico Madrid, saving the club a high salary, which I think is a total of 32 million. Despite everything, the biggest move, like we mentioned, is the one of Ansu Fati's loan to Monaco, which includes a purchase option value in 11 million. Whether this is exercised or not, which is largely dependent on the forward's performance under his new coach. The salary saving from the youth player's departure is very significant, reaching around 8 million euros. If it wasn't easy to reach these agreements, but the player did not want to lose the purchasing power, while Monaco did not want to assume the significant part of his salary. We know now that the transfer market is open, FC Barcelona is getting down to business with multiple fronts to resolve in the sporting planning. The Blaugrana Sporting Management has important decisions and operations on their way with both the renewals and departure of players who are not in Hansi Flick's plan. One of the urgent matters of the situation is of Chesney, who as in today is a free agent. The Polish goalkeeper has Flick absolute confidence, and his continuity has already been verbally agreed for 1 season, plus an optional year, but the official agreement has yet to be confirmed. Also still pending is the anticipating announce of the renewal of Frankie de Jong. Barcelona president Joan Laporta explained last Friday that the Dutch player renewal, whose contract with Barcelona expired in 2026, was totally on track. There is practically an agreement set for months after many months of negotiation, and this could be the most important renewal done so far. Has it also have a potential benefit financial effect? This renewal will improve the club financial fair play situation, allowing Barcelona to gain margin to register player and strengthening the squad for next season. In the defense, Andrea Christensen and Eddie Garcia are the 2 cases that need to be addressed. Both players' contract expired in 2026. The Danish center back's case, it is crucial. He only played 6 games last season due to his injuries, and Barca understand that his time might be ending. His possible departure to the transfer window will help the salary mass provide an income from sales to help meet the demand of the fair play requirement. As he's not a starter for Hansi Flick, his profile presents a good market opportunity now. So we just need for the player to agree. For his part, Eddie Garcia ended the season in a very important part of the team setup. His versatility appeals to Hansi Flick, who can use him as a pivot, center back, and right back. And we know that Deco counts on him, and the intention is for him to renew his contract in line with the club's stance of starting the season with all case closed. As for loan players, the only case in this section is Oriol Romeo, who returned to Barcelona after a stint in Girona. He has a contract on to 2026, but his future is not guaranteed. The coaching staff and sporting management intend to speak to the player, who has very few chances on staying with Barcelona. Another one is of the Iñaki Peña situation. At this point will be the third goalkeeper. After Joan Garcia's arrival and Chelsea's newly confirmed renewal, the complex situation with Ter Stegen, the Alicante goalkeeper contract runs until 2026, and he's aware that leaving Barcelona is the best thing for his career. Barcelona has a few up in front as they start this month of July, in addition to some incoming transfers already being worked on. And strategic renewals are already on their way, and necessary departures will mark the coming weeks on the market. All this is aimed to reduce salary mass and making space for future incorporations. There is one more thing that I want to talk about, and it is a quick update on the legend of Lionel Messi and his future with Inter Miami. It is currently between staying in Florida and his ambition to be a protagonist on the 2026 World Cup. The Florida club wants to extend the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner contract, who has already begun negotiation with the Argentinian entourage. The Rosario star is still dreaming on achieving new success before closing his legendary career. In fact, the moment he arrived into the United States, Messi have led a revolution in the game. So both parties want to continue his alliances. But according to some report, Messi is evaluating the possibility of joining a high-level European team, already thinking about his preparation for the 2026 World Cup. His current contract with Inter Miami ends on December 2025, and according to some journalists, the Argentine entourage sees to like to move to a stronger competition, favorably for him to prepare for his 6th World Cup. On the other hand, Inter Miami denies any intention of breaking the deal with Lionel Messi, and there is a willingness from both sides to extend the football genius in the United States. So despite the rumors about his future, everything indicates that Lionel Messi renewal with Inter Miami is just one step away. As sources close to the club report that negotiations between the Florida club and the player are progressing. It seems that we'll be seeing Messi for a little while, whether it's in Miami or perhaps in a European detour. So with all this big news, we have to pay a lot of attention to what's going to happen in the next few weeks regarding exits. Also, Pablo Torres and an emotional Ansu Fati farewell. I wish Ansu Fati the best. I hope he smashes it, and I hope he comes back to Barcelona with a starting role. Also, we need to keep an eye on Deco's masterful financial juggling act and the incredible ongoing renewal of players like Frankie de Jong, which is very, very critical. It is clear that this summer is important for Barcelona. They have all these intricate maneuvers. I want to know, what are your thoughts on the strategies of the club balancing player sales and key renewals? How excited are you for the official preseason with this new Barca Hansi Flick 2.0 starts on July 13th. Please let me know in your comments below. And if you want to stay on top of all breaking news and analysis from FC Barcelona, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an update. For more of me, you can follow me on Instagram under my childhood nickname Orrutio. And until next time, Visca Barça.